Welcome to Who Knew. Here are fans of the current series of Doctor Who, and here we discuss our likes, dislikes, and insights into the modern regeneration of the show. Subscribe, review, and listen to us on iTunes and Stitcher, or our YouTube channel, youtube.com/WhoKnewPodcast. All our episodes are on WhoKnewPodcast.com. You can leave comments there, or email us at WhoKnewPodcast@gmail.com. We also have an Instagram and Twitter account. Tweet at us at WhoKnewPodcast, and find us on Facebook. Today's episode is Turn Left. It's episode 11 of season 4. Ever wonder what would happen if you made one decision in your life differently? Donna Noble is about to find out. This episode is written by Russell T. Davis, directed by Graham Harper. It originally aired on the 21st of June 2008 and was watched by 8.09 million viewers. Let's introduce ourselves.
Hi, this is Frank.
This is Josh.
Hello, this is Auburn.
Hey, what's up? It's Kelsey.
This is Brian.
And this is Eugene. Donna and the Doctor are shopping in a space Chinatown when a fortune teller ushers Donna into her booth. She asks Donna about how she met her traveling companion and what choices led her to him. Donna recalls the day she was hired for a temp job and meeting her fiancé. It was because of him that she met the Doctor. She had had the option of either taking this temp job or a secretary position with a friend of her mother's. She was driving with her mother, who wanted to turn right and visit her friend, so Donna would take that job. But Donna decided to turn left and go to her temp job. The fortune teller asks what would have happened if she turned right. Donna feels that a creature is on her back, and the fortune teller tells Donna to change her life and turn right. Back on that day, Donna now turns right.
So I got a kick out of the Chinatown aesthetic, but to me, it's sort of like, what's something very earthbound that we can put in outer space?
To me, it reminded me of Firefly.
I was just going to say Firefly.
That's good.
Auburn thought we were watching Firefly.
Especially because we're watching it on Prime now, and they've started putting ads before the Prime show starts running. So it was an ad for something, which was weird. And then, it was all these like Western, but flags with Chinese script. So, it threw me off.
Blue sun.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just love the fact that they're having so much fun in the market. I mean, they're trying things and no harm comes of them trying this.
Yeah, and what they're drinking is a Coke float. And Catherine Tate got that from trying a root beer float. And then she goes, you can do that with any soda. So she had them do Coke floats.
What rock has she been living under?
We call that a black cow in Chicago. But it's like
A
that
Coke
foam.
float?
Yeah, it's a black cow. And the foam looks so familiar. Going, I know that. No, there must have been something else. But I didn't know that was the truth.
I like the mood of the scene. One thing that gets me, though, is the music that they play when Donna's getting, like,
Memory flashes?
Memory flashes, and she's reacting, is the Doctor's theme.
Well, it's actually Turn Left with the Doctor's theme. Like they put it into this new piece of music.
And I like that because yes, they're changing Donna's life with the intent of getting rid of the Doctor. So it's like, they're reminding you of the Doctor, the importance of the Doctor, and how Donna is tied to the Doctor. You can't separate the two of them.
Chan, does anybody recognize the fortune teller, though?
Chan, yes, though.
I did. She did look so familiar. Yeah.
That would be
I like Chantho.
Chipo Chang, who previously appeared as Chantho with Professor Yana in season 3.
I did like the opening sequence. Like you were saying, they were having fun. I felt like it alludes to off-screen adventures that we don't see, and why a companion would even do this if
Yes.
it's so dangerous.
It shows us what we never see, because that wouldn't be dramatic.
It must have been a Sunday. Nothing happens on
Sunday's a
Sunday.
morning.
So I love that they were having fun. I agree with you on that.
And
Wanna
there
see
is a
more
part of me
that.
that's like, I know it goes against everything a writer's room would want to do, but gosh, it would be great just to have a fun, everybody just enjoys everything episode. I mean, just once.
Be like an Anthony Bourdain episode.
Yeah.
So the actress, Chipa, who plays Chantho, I thought it was interesting watching this. It's the third to the last episode of the season. And last time, when she was Chantho, was the third to the last episode of the season. And the season ends in a 2-part, with a cliffhanger. And same as this season, spoiler. But also the third episode, both of those, the third to the last, almost makes it a trilogy. It sets up things for the final episode that's coming up. So I just liked how the actress is in that position for 2 different seasons.
I also do kind of laugh a little bit. I mean, if you see the preview from the last episode, so the preview for this episode, it gives it away as well. But it's like, oh, Billy Piper gets a credit, so no spoilers there.
At least it's not Battlestar, where they're going to die.
That's right. That's right. Later that year, at a firm Christmas party, Donna tells her friends that she has been promoted, but one of them looks at her and says that there was something on Donna's back, but she can't see it anymore. They run outside when a coworker says there's a huge star flying overhead. It is the Racnoss ship from 2 Christmases ago, but she doesn't recognize it. The ship begins firing on the city and Donna runs towards it. She hears a unit soldier talking to his commander about someone called the Doctor, destroying the spider creature by blowing up her base. She sees a stretcher with the Doctor's dead body. The soldier says he wasn't able to regenerate and the Doctor is dead. Rose runs up to Donna and finds out about the Doctor. Rose keeps looking at Donna's back, but then she suddenly disappears.
So this unit soldier that is on the walkie-talkie, we've seen him before, just like Chantho. He was one of the unit soldiers in the Poison Sky and the Santoran stratagem. He was Private Harris in that one. And that guy is Clive Standen.
But he's still playing a unit soldier, but
Yep.
he's not the same unit soldier?
I mean, I like to think he is, but, well, no, he's dead. So no,
Really?
no.
Oh.
Those 2 died. They were the 2 that were converted.
Wait,
Hasn't
but this is
happened
a
yet.
different timeline.
Okay, then
We're
maybe
back
he's
in
alive.
time.
Then maybe he's alive then.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Okay.
I
'Cause
think
this was-
it's the same unit soldier.
All right. Nothing in the credit says he's the same character, but
Sure. I like how the Christmas song that's playing in the background is the wedding song.
it's the same
from,
one, yeah.
From Donna's wedding.
The Runaway Bride.
Even though this is a different timeline now and she never met the Doctor, this isn't 100% Donna before she met the Doctor.
Right.
Because this Donna sees the star and is intrigued and runs towards the star.
Or she gets to see the star. Because, oh, wait. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no.
No,
I know,
I'm
because we
thinking
did the
of-
same thing.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of like she was scuba diving during the
Yeah, she
Sycorax.
missed a lot during...
Yeah.
But that's-
Old
but-
Donna would have missed it completely.
Right,
This
but
new
that
Donna
was-
sees it and runs
Right, but
towards
she
it
does
to
dismiss
But
investigate.
that was
the later-
between Runaway Bride and the crime thing where she missed all the other alien events.
No,
No,
before,
it was Rose.
Before that. It was before that,
with
yeah.
Rose. But she missed out.
She missed the
Yes.
Sycorax ship when the Doctor regenerates in Christmas Invasion. Donna missed that because she was in because I think she had a hangover. Then she missed the Daleks and the Cybermen fighting because she was in Spain, and he said there were Daleks and Cybermen in Spain, and she said scuba diving.
But this
So-
Christmas is when she meets the Doctor. This was her wedding day in the
Yeah,
other
which never
timeline.
happened because she
She took the other
Yeah,
job, so
right.
she never met
Right.
him. And when the Doctor was on the gurney, and it's like, no, he died, it reminded me of the movie, the Doctor Who movie in '96, where they say he's dead, he's on the gurney. It's like, maybe he will still come back, but obviously, no, he couldn't.
Well, the soldier said he didn't have enough time to regenerate. Or degenerate. It was interesting that this is the same day in both Donna's universes that she was introduced to a larger universe.
yes.
Yes, that's a good point.
So basically, instead of meeting the Doctor, she met Rose.
Right.
And we kind of glanced
and-
over that moment when we were talking about it just now, but like the reveal of like that it was Rose running
Yeah,
up to her
yeah.
was. We had that little moment in the previous episode on the screen, but I remember watching this a few years back and having a real big reaction to it.
It's like Rose is really back now.
Right.
She's not just little
she seems a little
cameos.
different,
It's like,
too.
she's back. Well, she is a little bit different.
Yeah, she couldn't remember how to do her accent.
That's why her teeth look weird, I think. And she had to go and rewatch season 1 episodes and season 2
to her
episodes.
Cockney.
To
Yeah.
get the accent
Oh yeah.
back to what
Yeah.
Rose was.
Oh.
I still think it's like something's a little off.
Maybe
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I in a high school play. I played a redneck, and every now and then, to this day, I still say things that sound like that.
But I also think with Donna turning and going to investigate, it's because the real Donna's seeping
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
She has no idea, but it is just there's like a little overflow. You know, this is Guinan knowing that history has changed.
Well, and especially with the whatever's on her back, like it's not a perfect change. Like
Right.
obviously, like whatever's happened at the truth teller, the soothsayer,
fortune teller.
fortune teller was whatever has happened with the fortune teller is still affecting Donna and those around her.
Yeah, it's so creepy that
And-
something that you can't see, but you can kind of sense,
Yeah.
and other
Hear.
people can sense it.
And they did it like the shark in Jaws, where you really couldn't see it, and it was disgusting.
I like the explanation of how he died, where he blew up the Racnoss's lair,
Right.
and killed her, and he took himself out with it.
Because that's what he would have done.
That's
if,
what he would have
if
done.
Donna wouldn't have been there to stop him.
Yeah, because Donna's like, you can stop now. We can leave. You know, the damage has been done. Because remember, then the Racnoss beams back up to her ship. So he didn't kill the Racnoss there. And then Saxon takes out the...
And then basically,
And I really want to see in that tank. I really wish, you know, you see the shot of the tank saying fire. I still want the, from orders from Mr. Saxon, you can fire. You know, I really wish they had left that line in.
So I want to know who Lance drugged with the Huron particles.
Huron particles.
maybe he didn't drug anybody.
Well, that was the whole idea with the Racnoss. They needed that so that she could awaken her children.
Yeah, so
that's what
he grabbed another temp.
So he grabbed Donna. So it's like, I wonder who it was that started the whole thing. Just, you know.
Because you mentioned Saxon, and I have a reason of why you don't hear Saxon mentioned.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
In the alternate,
You wouldn't.
right?
In the alternate timeline, you wouldn't hear Mr. Saxon. You're right.
Because
Hadn't thought of that.
Because the reason why Saxon's
stuck up on planet Utopia in the future.
Yeah, with Chantho.
Months later, Donna gets fired because the company's access to customers was destroyed during the Christmas Star incident. Outside, storm clouds gather and the Royal Hospital vanishes. As Donna gathers her stuff to leave, the hospital returns, but only Oliver Morgenstern is alive because another trainee named Martha gave him a tank of oxygen. On the news, he also tells of a woman who tried to help named Sarah Jane Smith, but she died with her son Luke and his friends Maria and Clyde.
And now that bit has a meaning to me.
See?
Yes.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's beginning to get sad.
Well, and speaking of Sarah Jane at this point, because I had watched the Sarah Jane adventures previously to rewatching this, it reminded me a lot of one of those episodes.
The Whatever Happened to Sarah Jane Smith episode.
That's correct. Some of the ideas of this one choice or one thing that changes the world, like the butterfly effect or something like that, was a plot point to Whatever Happened to Sarah Jane. And
It's very similar.
It's very similar.
Yeah, they're both written by Russell.
And Brian can continue to expand on why they're similar. Yeah, because I was going to say, later we'll go into it more deeply.
When school reunion was with this doctor, right?
Correct.
That already happened.
No.
Yeah, because
No, that's Rose.
It
School
was
reunion was
season
Rose.
2 was the...
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And
And
so
he-
she has K9 and, you know, so she's starts to investigate and gets the kids killed. Thanks.
Yeah. Sorry.
Sign those permission slips. Here we also get another guy from the other version, I guess, is Ben Wrighton, who plays Morgenstern. And he was in Smith & Jones.
He was the one who was like sighted with the aliens, right? Right away was like,
Oh.
"I'll help you" or something.
No,
and
he
then-
was-
not
oh,
really.
no?
He was scared
Oh.
and just wanted to survive.
He was just like, no, you know, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And then at the end, he kind of took credit. You saw him being
Yeah.
interviewed just like he's being interviewed here.
Oh, okay.
And here he's saying, I said to these aliens,
Right.
this is the human race. You know, and he was,
But he didn't act that way.
But he didn't
I'll give
act
it
that way.
Right.
I'm really
Yeah,
glad
and
they
then-
got him back
Yeah.
to do this
Yeah.
other news bit.
No, it's very interesting because as we'll talk about, the rest of this episode is sadder versions of prior things that we saw happen. In the end, I ended up feeling so bad for Donna's mother because of the way she ends up.
Spoilers.
So speaking...
Well, yeah, we'll get to that. But I'm just saying that.
Oh,
the
no,
fact
it's
that,
amazing.
And she's one of, and no, not nagging on the actress at all. I can't stand that character because she's such a negative Nelly. But the actress does a good job. But so good that what she does in this episode makes me feel so horrible for her.
And you kind of want her back. You
Yeah.
know, as negative
Yeah,
as she
yeah,
is,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, be mean to Donna.
Yeah.
Just be mean to
And even Donna was probing her to be mean to her
Yeah,
later on.
It's so sad.
Yeah, and here we're watching the TV, and then they're learning about Sarah Jane Smith's death. Sylvia, the mom, mentions that the dad passed.
Yeah. Why? Yeah, but they never mentioned that in other episodes.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Did they? Oh, they do mention it.
Yeah, because
Oh.
in Runaway Bride, the father is there at the
Right.
wedding because he's alive.
Right, but I just don't recall them mentioning it in the regular
in the
timeline.
beginning of Donna's season, doesn't it? Your dad would have loved this or something like that.
And also, they moved into a new house.
That's where I'm thinking of the Poison Sky and Centauran Stratagem.
Okay,
Right.
I just don't recall. I'm pulling a Reagan here.
This is the original Donna. What do you mean you're firing me? And then she looks at it. You had someone else type this. And all this is going on. It's like the hospital disappears. She's just like,
Yeah.
no.
She's missing it.
She's missing
Yeah,
it
yeah.
again. She's calling out everybody else and the wrong things
Yeah.
that they're doing. And then the big boom. Oh, don't tell me the hospital's back. Well, I'm taking the stapler. That's Donna. She's gotten into her habits.
Donna goes for a walk that night and runs into Rose again. She gets annoyed when Rose keeps looking at her back. Rose tells Donna to get out of London next Christmas. She knows Donna has a raffle ticket from work. First prize is a weekend getaway, and she tells her to use it. That Christmas, Donna takes her family away to the country and sees the Titanic crash into Buckingham Palace, destroying all of London. It's just getting so sad.
The maid that at the
Oh yeah,
The maid pointing
The stink eye.
yeah.
The subtitles. She's speaking in Spanish. Well, translate
Oh, is
it.
that what the subtitle
Yeah, the
said?
closed captioning says speaking Spanish.
They don't want you to know.
The
That's
subtitles
There's
are
something on your
racist.
back. You pretty much know that's what she's saying.
Nah, she's probably sitting there going, "You're a redhead. You shouldn't be allowed to live."
Don't bring that in here. I just cleaned
yeah,
it.
just even the hint of Donna's friend or coworker at that original party who sees the thing on her back, and then this one, it's really creepy. Plus the fact that, did we get a glimpse of the insecty?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, it's just
Just
it's-
little bits of it. little
to me, it
sections.
gives the same feeling as the Midnight episode. It's just this weird, guttural creep out that we all get.
This
Yeah.
is where this episode starts to get me, because they're looking at London and they're saying, we were supposed to be there. And Wilf says, I was supposed to be, working in there. And
Selling
Sylvia
newspapers.
says, every single person we know is gone. And it's really beginning to add up. And I start to lose it at this point. It's just so emotional and so sad.
A funny scene, though, or funny moment, is when Wilf comes out of the car with all the luggage. He's got like two sets of antlers. And she's like, take those off. No, I shan't.
I shan't. It's Christmas.
I love that line.
Just now I realized, earlier when I watched the episode, I thought Rose was trying to save Donna because it's a good thing to do. Donna's great. But now I'm seeing that, yes, she's doing that because Donna is important, but Rose is inserting herself into this timeline to get things back on track, knowing that Donna is the key. So it's not just save the doctor's friend Donna, it's save the day.
Save the key, yeah.
yeah.
Right now she's trying to save the doctor. And to do that, she needs to get Donna to
Right.
change things. So she needs to save
Right,
Donna.
but when I originally saw it, and then I saw, and then I see that the raffle ticket is what saved her life, I was like, oh, Rose saved Donna, and that's kind of like where my thoughts ended.
With their home destroyed, Donna tries to find work, but it's difficult since radiation from the explosion displaced 7 million people. She finds work in Leeds, and they move into a small house with other families, where they have to live in the kitchen. Wilf believes America will help, but 60 million Americans have just dissolved into walking fat, causing that country to explode into chaos. And then all the Atmos cars start dispensing smoke into the air. A soldier points his gun at Donna, demanding to see her back. She turns, and there is nothing, but he thought he saw something. I guess the bedroom scene in the kitchen with Sylvia and Donna talking about the bees. It starts off great, like that's our running clue, like the bees are disappearing, and then it goes into Wilf singing with the family.
Yeah.
It's just a great juxtaposition between like deep stuff,
Right.
and then comedy.
And then Donna's singing, then it cuts to them
Yeah.
all singing together, and the mom's, and that's the scene in the kitchen is when things start to really go south
Yeah.
with Sylvia. And at first, the guy they move in with is super annoyingly happy, but he starts to grow on you because, and then we'll talk about what happens.
Yeah.
But I like that they had Sylvia and that she's sitting in the middle of it and singing along
Yeah,
and being a
yeah.
bit happy. It's like it is a bad situation. It is horrible.
But she's
You
not
have to
singing
find-
gregariously. She's definitely subdued.
But she is smiling. She is having
Yeah.
fun. It's like you have to find and create your own reason
Happy,
to
yeah.
continue and reason to go on. And
And they do think that they're going to get through it, that this is a hard time, but eventually everything will get back on their feet.
Right. The human spirit will prevail.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But slowly they're adding stuff. So, France has closed its borders. America can't help because
It's
of the
all
Atmos.
pieces of fat.
Yeah, because of that.
And speaking of America, here we get Lachelle Carl coming back as Trinity Wells as the broadcaster
Yay.
on the news, telling us what happened to America.
the place that they were housed reminded me of where Martha was hiding out when she was
Yeah.
covering the world that year.
Is there a reason why that happened?
I don't know. I think
Oh.
it just looks all the same
I thought
that
you were
way.
going to say it was the same set.
I just had the same thought because it has that same staircase that Martha tells the story of the doctor to all the, I guess, refugees at that point in the story.
I thought it was funny that the unit officer was still shooting at the tailpipes of the Atmos cars.
At least it's consistent.
Yes.
Donna meets Rose again and is told that Atmos cars are spewing the gas all over the world. A small group of fighters called the Torchwood Team are on the Santaran spaceship fighting. They look up and see the ship explode, burning off the gas in the atmosphere. Rose still won't tell Donna her name, but says that none of this was supposed to happen. A man, the doctor, was supposed to have prevented it. He died that Christmas years ago because Donna wasn't there to save his life. Donna is starting to remember. Rose tells her that the darkness is coming and they need the doctor. She has been pulled from a parallel universe to get the doctor back. Donna says that this has nothing to do with her because she's nobody, but Rose tells her that she is the most important woman in all creation. Rose asks her to come with her, but Donna refuses and says that will never happen. Rose says she'll change her mind in 3 weeks, and when she does, she's going to die. Then Rose fades away.
Awesome stuff here. Sad, but awesome.
I liked Rose using the doctor's line, at least the 10th doctor's line of, sorry, so sorry. Or, I'm sorry, so sorry. He repeats himself.
Yeah.
She uses that same line, same inclination.
And even then, calling Donna the most important person in like creation, like this, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and that's the best thing that you can do. Just being a normal person. I love it. It's sad that we lose the Torchwood team.
Jack's alive.
He's probably being
Where
tortured.
is he? I missed that. So Jack, what is?
When they
what
blew
did
up the
say?
Centauran ship, they transported him and the surviving Centaurans to the Centauran homeworld.
Oh, okay. That's
But
right, you said it.
Yanto and
Gwen.
died.
Do you think that? Okay. Do you think that all the other times in this season that we've seen Donna appear,
Rose.
Okay. Do you think?
Lindsay.
Do you think that all the times that we've seen Rose appear briefly, she's trying to get their attention so this alternate timeline doesn't happen? Or because
Yes.
I always thought it was to warn the doctor about the planets disappearing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Well,
to
it's all
prevent this
connected.
all from
And
happening.
now I'm.
Yeah, I agree with you.
No, she's saying two different things, either to try and save the doctor's life,
Yes.
or did it start off to get the doctor because all the stars are going out?
Yeah.
Yes.
And as she's finding that out, she keeps missing the doctor.
And Brian's
It's like,
saying both.
Okay, now something's changed.
Brian's saying
And
both.
she's like, now something's changed.
She
and
goes
the key to
after
get
it,
the
yeah.
doctor back
Yeah.
is Donna.
Yes.
So
But at the
I
turn
think her
left
plan
point,
did change.
yes, her
along the
plan
way.
is changing, but the end result of it is to get the doctor back. So she wants to get the attention of the doctor beforehand,
So he doesn't die.
so he doesn't. Yeah. So she
I don't
Like,
think she knows
don't
about
get
the
this
doctor dying.
alternate-
'cause that's an
Or
alternate.
doesn't-
that
yeah,
hasn't
or-
happened.
So she's chasing the fuse. She needs to catch the doctor before the Racnoss episode.
No, she
And
needs
she
to
misses it.
she needs to capture the doctor before the turn left episode.
That's what I mean.
That's not the Racnoss episode.
Okay, you're right.
But we see
The
Rose
incident.
in the Arachnos episode, don't we?
bef-
In Runaway
No.
Bride, don't we see Rose?
No.
No.
We see Rose in
Partners in Crime.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm getting confused.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So somehow Rose is aware, and that unit, that particular unit people are aware of the turn left incident.
No.
Because it's an alternate timeline.
They're figuring it out little by little
Well-
after.
Well, in this
Right, well,
episode, I think they
basic-
are.
Yeah, because
Aren't
how
they?
would they know the doctor
Yeah.
died?
Well, they figured out. Well, they know he wasn't supposed to because
Rose isn't
Rose
from
knows the
this
doctor
universe.
is supposed to have lived. So
Right.
Rose is saying, one, get to the doctor before he dies.
But not before the doctor dies, before the thing gets on Rose's back. No, Donna's back.
See, it's
Okay.
not as easy as
See,
you think.
my question is, because this whole time that I've been seeing Rose pop up in season 4, I've been like, oh yeah, because she's coming from a different universe to get the doctor to be like, we've got to deal with this whole thing that's about to go down. But now I'm like, oh, has she also been trying to get to them before Donna gets this thing put on her back that creates this alternate universe where the doctor dies?
I think yes, but she may not know that's why he died.
And I think no. The idea was to come into this universe to get the doctor to let him know something's going to really bad is happening. The darkness is coming. Stars going out. That was their whole purpose at the beginning of all this and why she keeps showing up through all the other episodes. And then this episode happens. And as she's coming in, she's like, wait a minute, did I miss the doctor? What's going on? When Rose first runs up and meets Donna, it's like, this alternate universe
It's
just
wrong.
happened. It's like,
Yeah.
all up to now, I've been trying to do it. Now it's like, something really went bad. We have to change it now. So I think her plan is still, trying to contact the doctor because of the stars.
So Rose
But this is
doesn't
like
know that
something-
this alternate universe is about to happen.
She doesn't know it's
Oh,
about
yeah,
to
'cause she
happen. I
shows
think
up-
it's just a wrench just got thrown into the works.
Right.
We got to fix this so we can go back to the primary job of getting the doctor because of the stars.
Right, because she's been chasing the doctor, so then she shows up. Where's the doctor? Donna just says he just
yeah.
died.
Right.
And then now Rose is like, shoot.
That's not supposed to happen. That's
Right,
something
right,
weird
right.
happened. Now I got to deal with
Now-
this.
and then she
to
goes
get back onto the main
Okay.
track.
Because how I take it is that in the alternate, the parallel world, Pete's world, as we called it,
Yes.
Pete's world is
the
where
limbs.
where that version of Unit and Rose, this version of Rose are, and so they're having trouble punching into the correct timeline. That's why she never gets to the doctor. And then now that there's this wrench thrown into the gears in turn left, there's a tangent universe created, the wrong timeline. So it makes the bonds between the two parallel worlds even weaker. So now she's able to figure out that this is where to start
Gotcha.
to go out and ripple throughout the rest of the timeline. That's how I explain that away.
I like it.
Sold to the American.
Well, yeah. Well, this is just a theory. In the episode Voyage of the Damned, they say when the Titanic crashes into the Earth, it's going to destroy Earth.
Right.
Or it's going to destroy a significant chunk of Earth. And now they've retconned it so it just destroys London. So there's a part of me that explains that as saying Max Capricorn. The part of me that is Max Capricorn can't even get that right.
Right.
He's overestimating the power of the explosion. And he's like, oh, it's just a city.
Unless he was being slightly metaphoric, because it ends up destroying much of the Earth because of the fallout.
Ripples.
No, just
So the
southern,
follow
just southern
was
England.
Southern.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because he says the Americans are going to come out.
But his company is so deep in bankruptcy that he can't even afford to buy the real bomb.
I like this image that we get of Rose just punching. Like, that's all that, it's been like 2 years for us, but it's been just seconds or minutes or who even knows for Rose, but she's just keeps punching into this timeline
Yeah.
for her. It's, yeah, I like when time travel stuff like that happens.
So I'm a little confused as to, we've gone into a new timeline with Donna's new timeline. Rose is in the alternate universe. So
Rose is punching in from Pete's world.
from Pete's world. So when later on in this episode, when she takes Donna to Unit, where's that?
We never see it, but
We
I
never
take
see-
it as the
It's everybody's going to hell timeline.
So
See, that's why they say they fished the TARDIS out of the Thames, because it was there from the Racnoss.
Okay. So the turn right Unit people are aware of Rose
Punching in. Yeah,
punching
she
in.
talks to them.
So this is what I love about this show, not this episode, the Doctor Who show is, it's basically cool. Wait, what? Oh, every episode.
So I take that as Rose punched through to the turn right timeline, contacted Unit somehow, and she was able to give enough information and maybe secrets that they're like, oh, we need to listen to this person.
Right.
Because remember how Pete's world runs faster
Yeah.
than
Mm-hmm.
the
current-
the
yeah.
Doctor Who
Oh,
universe.
no, I don't remember that.
Yeah, because they were saying that global warming had affected everything.
Oh.
When they finally get back right before the Battle of Canary Wharf. So a couple years had passed. So time passes faster there. So everything that happened with all the universes going out, or it's happening, they know about it on Pete's world. They have it ahead of time. And
So
so
she-
this is their desperate attempt to get the Doctor
Right.
to
And she
stop
c-
it from affecting all the universes, including Pete's universe.
And she can effectively pop in and say, I know how to get the Doctor back, because they all know that the Doctor died.
I might be
I
wrong.
want to take back what I said. She's not popping in from Pete's world.
Exactly.
She's popping in from the future in this alternate timeline.
But she had to
Popping-
come
she's time
from Pete's
traveling.
world to do that.
Once. She came from Pete's world once into the turn left episode.
Okay.
Into what's current.
Yes.
And then from there, contacted Unit. They got the TARDIS out of the Thames. And then from there, created this other time travel machine where she's able to go back to try and stop the Doctor
She
from
has to
killing.
be coming from the future
dying.
because how else does she get the raffle ticket and make sure that Donna has the raffle ticket and she's doing.
Oh,
How
does
does
she-
she know about
she-
the 3
well, Donna-
weeks? Well, you're going to change your mind in 3 weeks because Rose is coming from the
Oh,
future.
Gotcha.
Pete's World's universe ended. The stars went out.
She may have popped in from Pete's World right before the lights went out, and it
Yeah.
ceased to exist.
Yeah, the
to
first
say
time
that
she pops in from Pete's
I'm gonna
World.
go get the doctor. Shoot, the
doctor's dead.
The doctor's dead. I better go into the future.
Or maybe she jumped ahead too far. Yeah, what you're
Maybe
talking about?
maybe she jumped ahead and then had to jump back. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
That makes
okay.
more sense.
All right, that's too much of a tangent. Let's continue.
The family that was living in the house with Donna's family are being relocated to labor camps because they were not born British.
Well, this gets real. This
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
tough because of the history of concentration camps and what that means and calling them labor camps.
Mm-hmm.
And then even now when we're doing this in 2018 with the whole Japanese internment, but I mean just now with 2018, something that we never thought of was, the immigration debates that's going
Yep.
on.
Why is something happening?
Thank you, Donna.
3 weeks later, Donna and Wilf are outside looking at the night sky. The stars are going out, disappearing. Donna turns and tells Rose, who is suddenly standing behind her, that she is ready. They are taken to a unit headquarters where Rose is only known as Ma'am. There, the TARDIS is standing with its doors open and cables coming out of it. Rose tells Donna it's time to see what is on her back. Donna stands within a circle of mirrors, and chronon energy lights that are attached to the TARDIS cables. When they turn it on, they can now see the huge bug attached to her back. They can only see the creature, but can't touch it. Rose says it feeds off temporal energy caused when people make different choices. It made her not meet the doctor.
I refer to this episode as the bug on the back episode. That's how I remember it.
It's funny, it looked like a backpack. And when she's moving fast enough, I'm like, it's just a backpack.
It's after the reveal of the giant beetle. This episode, the beginning of the episode is a little less scary, but it's,
Still, it's Maz going through her hair.
yeah, that-
Icky.
It's from the Ark in Space line of toys.
All big larvae and bugs. Just things that pop out to me here is like when Wilf salutes Rocco, that hammers at home how real things have gotten, because he's also cheerful and he's putting up a face. Like,
Yeah, it's a front.
like I'm making it to be okay for you so that I'm okay with what's going on. And then when the salute happens and he sees Wilf, I always get that because Wilf is from like the old the old world type of country thing where he lived through the old war and he just knows what's going to happen, and then he's like, yeah, it's not going to be good.
It's a micro look,
Yeah.
but when he drops that and it just goes to this other place of poignancy that's what I love about the show. It's great.
But then after that scene, it hammers it home further is where Donna walks back into the housing and the focus stays on Sylvia's face.
Kills me.
Yeah.
And she does not she just stays in that forlorn, sad, depressed mood,
Yeah,
and it never racks the focus into Donna speaking right behind her.
No, and the only time she says anything is to agree that Donna's a loser.
Yeah.
It's great choices that they made in both those moments. I love them.
During the scene, Rose and Donna are talking in the TARDIS. And I liked how it mirrored the first time she's actually talking to the doctor in the TARDIS. Because way back when, Runaway Bride, they're talking about how the doctor lost his companion. So they're talking about Rose. And now she's talking to Rose about how she's lost her doctor. And who's this person that she doesn't know. And it just, to me, it mirrored the two, and I really like that.
I also enjoy how it was in Partners in Crime where the doctor's like, TARDIS is bigger on this side. She's like, I know. And then we get that moment here where she's looking in and out and how it doesn't work with the space and geography.
No way.
So it's kind of cool that we have a companion that can see the TARDIS for the first time twice.
Three
Times
well.
almost.
Yeah.
Either way, it's more than one.
Yes, which I thought was
The second
great.
time she had luggage, so she was prepped.
Yeah.
Box.
This is just a nitpicky fix, and I'm glad that they did it. They make a line real quick where they talk about how the TARDIS seems to be helping them, because if you think about it, from everything that we're told up until this point, the TARDIS you couldn't get into the TARDIS. There's no way that you would be able to break into the TARDIS. But they just throw away a line that, sometimes it seems like it's helping us so that they're able to get in. They can't
But also-
understand it.
It's dying.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's getting weaker.
Reminds me of the face of Bo in a way, like his end scenes. Rose puts her hand on the TARDIS. It gives like a little small like a respirator breath, and yeah, it's
So
just-
sad.
Yeah.
And it's Rose. They
Yeah.
shared consciousness together.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if maybe I'm sure they discussed it, like her coming back in contact with the TARDIS could have had a positive effect, but
Brought
that's
it back to life
yeah,
just
but
a
that's a
little bit.
tangent. I'm sure that it came up in the writers' room and they're like, we don't have time for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Too convoluted.
And I don't like that, but it's happened that Rose tells Donna that this bug is now part of her. It's like, ew, no, it's not just on me, it's part of me. Ew, that just got me when she said that. It was like a little throwaway line, but it just made me gross out.
Donnie yells at Rose, saying she lied about her being special. It was just about this bug thing. Rose says no. It's like reality has been bending around Donna since her birth. They don't just need the doctor to stop the stars from going out. They need the doctor and Donna together. Donna cries and doesn't understand what she can do. Rose tells her that she has to go back in time and make her past self turn left on that fateful day. They give her a watch that will correspond to local time because she has to change the decision by 10:01 a.m. They turn the lights on to maximum and send Donna back to that day, but she winds up half a mile away with only 4 minutes to get there.
How about Catherine Tate's performance?
Oh, with the
in
mirrors?
in
Yeah.
the mirror scene, yeah.
I like how this is an exposition scene. It's kind
Yeah.
of like bringing us up to speed of what Rose is trying to do, you know? Like, I get it. I have to die in order for the correct world to exist. And my death doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to die.
Right, but this world was
Yeah.
and because I thought that thought before Donna said it, and I was like, oh yeah, and then when Rose said no, I'm like,
Or she didn't,
oh,
say,
she didn't say
anything.
anything.
I
Just a
love
sorry.
that.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah, so sorry. Like the doctor, like we were saying in our midnight episode. Yeah, and then it was great.
Because it's ramped up with the piece of music, a dazzling end, and then it's like very triumphant and encouraging and upbeat, and then it turns on its head and like, no, you're gonna die. I was like, wow, that's a great way to get out exposition, but also
Right.
move the plot forward.
And then when she's plopped into the old timeline, she doesn't hesitate. Mm-hmm. You know, she's still.
Well, she has a second of being absolutely thrilled because she is just kind of like, London, I'm
oh
back.
right, yeah, because she hasn't seen it that way in so
Well,
long.
yeah, it's blown
It's
up.
gone.
Yeah.
Back to that piece of music, it's very much like, it's echoing to me the Doomsday piece of music, because it has a guitar riff underneath all that orchestral stuff, and just like how Rose had to choose between life and death, meaning death in her world and life in Pete's world. So I like that there's that dichotomy going on.
How does Rose know that Donna is going to die?
She's from the future. I see it as she's been poking herself into time to map out what happens so she can manipulate Donna into doing it.
Doesn't the TARDIS help? Don't they get information from the TARDIS when she's in the circle and Hermione is... Because the actress who plays the general is Hermione in the stage play of
okay.
Cursed Child. Aren't they getting information?
Maybe
They are.
Scanning and all that kind of stuff, so it's like they're figuring things out now that they have Donna there.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily... I don't know, maybe. I'd have to watch it again.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And
It could be
possibly they
that.
sent Rose somewhere else and then brought her back, because this is still showing that they're not totally accurate after all this time
Yeah,
of sending
for-
Rose to get a location and a time right.
Right. I mean, they
Yeah.
could very well... You could sort of geek tech it, you know, spy stuff it out where they mapped out everything that happens on that day, and the only thing that would work is to block that road, which means Donna's going to have to cause... You know, it's just like... Somehow she's going to have to stop that truck. How's she going to stop that truck? She's going to have to throw herself in front of it.
And why send back Donna? Why not just send anyone back there to throw themselves in front of the truck?
Because it would cause a paradox?
Why?
No,
'Cause
what
Donna's
really
the one
would have
who's
caused a
affected.
paradox if Donna had run into Donna.
Yeah. So why risk that?
Because Donna's the
Just
one with the
send
creature on her back.
someone.
Donna's the one who has to go. This creature's affecting her. So she's the one who has to make the choice, because it's the creature lives off of people's choices and making alternate choices. So it's Donna's the one who has to change herself
Yeah, because
to turn the other way, to make that choice back the other
yeah,
way.
because basically they have to erase this timeline. The only way to erase it is to get rid of the creature.
So it's not necessarily just having Donna in the past turn left, but it's Donna has to be the one who makes that choice to turn left.
And now,
Not just
and
Donna
it's-
in the car,
Right,
but
no.
Donna
Donna.
with the creature
because
on her
it's
back.
part of
Right.
her now.
Got it.
It's part of her, so she
Except
can't get rid.
technically, Donna in the car also has the creature on her back.
No,
No.
no,
Oh.
no, no.
Okay.
I'm-
I don't.
No, because
No.
that hasn't happened yet. And it's,
No.
it's
Wibbly
not that,
wobbly.
No, because the creature on her back, and then she makes the other choice, and that's the other choice is what the creature feeds on.
Okay, but wait a minute,
became,
though.
well, it became part of her. The only way to destroy the creature is to destroy them because they are now one.
So after she actually made that decision to turn and is turning, that's when the creature kind of phases onto her back. Because she has it at the party and everything else from that point.
Right.
So while she's sitting there deciding whether to turn right or left, there's no creature.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because in the cold open, when does she make the decision in the cold open or not?
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause
so
they're
when she
in the
makes
Chinatown.
okay, so when she makes the decision inside the fortune teller's tent, it's not until she turns right that we see the creature
Right.
finally get on her back.
When they're prepping Donna to go, they're like, this jacket, it's got all the circuitry and it's going to send you back in time and it's going to be tied to the TARDIS. And here's a watch that wherever you're at, it's going to show you the local time because you're going to need that. And this is for rehydration. And it's a glass of water. I mean, it's just, that's so Russell.
A little bit of levity is nice.
I do like her jacket is very retro Doctor Who to me. Like it's just a jacket they put wires on.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they would have done in the 70s or early 80s or 60s, whatever.
Donna runs toward the intersection, but knows she can't make it in time. She decides to jump in front of a moving truck, causing all traffic to stop and back up to the intersection. Since the traffic isn't moving on her right, past Donna makes the decision to turn left. Rose appears before current Donna laying in the street and tells her to deliver a message to the doctor. After she whispers in her ear, Donna dies.
This is what Donna was thinking she would die. This is the area going, oh, so this part of me will die, but I will still live on. So that's what we're expecting. This is what happened. But Rose earlier said, no, you're still going to die, which is, oh, so that's not the answer to that mystery.
It's not the end of her journey.
So I was just thinking up to the end of this because it works in both ways. Like, no, you're not
Yes.
just going to blink out of existence. You're actually going to get hit by a truck.
Right.
Which works to that episode. But again, like rewatching the show, once you know what happens, it has another meaning.
Yeah.
I didn't know what she whispered to her. It's like, now I feel really silly. At the time when we're watching this, it's like, I wonder what Rose whispered to her.
Two words, though. You couldn't have said Rose Tyler?
I will tell
Wait,
you.
isn't that what she does whisper to her?
No, Bad Wolf. We're
Oh, yeah,
not.
that's
We're not
right.
there
See?
yet.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
But I will tell you, when you binge watch these, you can figure out that it's Bad Wolf. Because that's what happened with Brian. He was lending me the DVDs, and then we watched that the Turn Left episode together. And I turned to him, and I just went, "Bad Wolf," and he's like, "I hate you."
He does that all the time.
And then when Arlene was binge watching these, she goes, "Bad Wolf." I was like, "That's what happens when you watch them all together. You can figure it out."
Back at the fortune teller's, Donna screams, which releases the creature from her back, killing it. The fortune teller is amazed that Donna is able to fight off the bug and runs in terror. The doctor saunters in and Donna runs to him. The doctor says the bug is a being used by the trickster. It usually changes things in small ways, but with Donna, it somehow created a parallel world. He suspects there is more to Donna than originally thought. He also finds it odd that he met her grandfather and then connected with Donna twice. Donna's memory of the other world is fading, but she remembers the blonde woman and tells the doctor what she said about the darkness coming and the stars are going out everywhere. She remembers the message she was given for the doctor. It was only 2 words: Bad Wolf.
And here at this moment, we get the piece of music, All the Strange, Strange Creatures again. I love how they keep using that theme. It's just awesome.
I didn't catch that till you just said it because he says things so fast sometimes that usually this creature only takes small decisions, and but with Donna, it created a whole parallel world.
Yeah.
So that doesn't usually happen with this creature.
Correct.
That's what he was insinuating.
Yeah, the change with Donna was awfully big.
So I have another question. It made this whole parallel world. So what was going on with Chantho in that room while that whole world was happening? Like,
I see it as instantaneous.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
so what is
No
that?
time passes in the fortune teller's shop.
What is that fortune teller shop getting from doing the like?
Well,
what
probably-
normally happens when she does this to someone, and what does she get out of it?
I think, Brian, tell the whole story, of
The trickster.
why this is happening.
So earlier, you said there were some parallels with this with Sarah Jane Adventures and whatever happened to Sarah Jane. In that one little incident in Sarah Jane's timeline, Sarah Jane died and everything changed. But Sarah Jane was in limbo and she met the trickster. And in that moment, he read Sarah Jane's mind and he was getting power from this change. And he went, "That's interesting. You've got this friend, this doctor. I wonder what it would be like if the doctor was wiped." And she said, "Don't you dare. Don't you go near him." So this is, in a way, a sequel to that episode.
Oh, wow.
So the bug is a member of the Trickster's brigade. So
I
this
didn't
is one
catch
of the...
that character from Sarah Jane was called the Trickster.
Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
He thrives on chaos, just pure chaos.
Right.
So that's why we wanted you to watch that.
So eliminating the doctor threw the world into chaos.
Which would give the Trickster people tons of energy.
Yep.
Because it would be
Right.
so much chaos. What happens to Donna in the fortune teller shop as time goes on, I don't know.
And I don't think that the fortune teller does this often. The creature, alters reality in different ways that are small. So that's just the nature of the creature. I think the trickster is using the fortune teller and to get this creature onto Donna. So I think this is a one-time thing that the fortune.
That's how I took it. Is
Yes.
that
Yeah.
she's just
So
a hired
it's not like-
person.
Yeah, because she doesn't know what's going on. Because I love
so
that line
I
where
always
she
took
says...
it as this is a con that this woman does, and she gets something from like this is her daily life. She feeds the creature, but in reality, this was all a con. It was only happening once.
Right.
Yeah, because I love the line, what are you going to become? So even the fortune teller can see something special about Donna that is coming soon.
Right.
I really did want her to go, John, what will you become, though?
Yeah.
But it is something that's another layer, just for those of us who are more diehard type of Who fans, knowing Sarah Jane and connecting it with the trickster and knowing that name. Otherwise, it's just thrown out. If you're just watching Doctor Who, you don't know the trickster, you don't get that reference.
And you don't need to.
I wanted to say here that when Donna breaks free of the bug, the beetle's grasp on her, it reminded me of an earlier line when they're moving into the housing and she's yelling at that other resident. And then Wilfred says, you can't shout the world into,
You can't change the world
by shouting.
at it.
And then she goes, yeah, but I'm going to try. And sure
She
enough, she
screams.
does it.
Oh, I like that. I like that. A clue that's coming up in the next couple episodes that something seems to want to have Doctor and Donna together. And this is one that blatantly now says there is another force. There is something that is trying to get them together.
And it says, the universe is binding us together.
So just another hint like the bees disappearing, the lost planets that have been happening.
The Doctor runs outside and Bad Wolf is written everywhere, even replacing police box on the police box. He rushes inside where the TARDIS is lit in red and the cloister bell is tolling.
Should be mauve.
That was really neat to not only have Bad Wolf like on signs like we've seen it in the past, but that it changed the wording on the TARDIS was like, whoa.
Pay attention to me.
I wish we would have had Bad Wolf throughout the season and him not picking it up.
So
Because it is almost like, bam, over the head. Finally get that connection.
The Time Beetle in this episode is inspired by the giant spiders of Metabilius 3 that clung to Sarah Jane Smith's back in Planet of the Spiders. And this story is the last story of the third Doctor, John Pertwee. So I like that if you're a classic Who fan, you can see the similarities between the design aspect. And the imagery, too.
Well, the design certainly does look like classic Who because it's a big piece of plastic.
it's still even when it's sitting there on its back and looks like a big piece of plastic, it's creepy.
Yeah, but I like how Frank described it. It's like Jaws.
Yeah, once you see the whole thing, it's like, oh. Okay.
Yeah.
It almost does
So-
look like, oh, that's a backpack. I can
It's
see some
also-
people wearing that around.
It's also the performance, though. Everyone's performance. Even that blonde associate of hers in the, they're just so creeped out.
They mentioned that the place that Donna works in the Turn Right universe is a photocopy place. So, but it's a photocopy place on Merchant Street. So it makes me wonder if that's an office reference.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Or
But-
that this alternate world is a copy of the real world.
Ooh.
In the bus that takes Donna's family to the housing, there's an advertisement for Henrik's that it's plastered on the double-decker bus. And do we remember where Henrik's is featured?
No.
Nope. Isn't he the
that the
caterpillar from A Bug's Life?
Heimlich.
Oh.
Is that the TV repair
It's gonna be a
shop?
butterfly.
No.
It's the department store where Rose works with the Autons.
Oh, okay.
And it's always having a sale.
Did we mention that this is a Dr. Light episode?
Not yet,
Oh.
but you can.
This is an interesting way to do a Dr. Light episode because we don't have the Doctor in it. not so much. Because
He's
it's
not- yeah.
like other Dr. Light episodes. He's not there because he's off doing this or he's off doing this. Is like he's dead.
Yeah.
That makes it a Dr. Light episode.
And essentially, Rose is the doctor.
No,
Yeah. Oh,
Rose
yeah,
is
yeah.
Clarence.
No, she's
In
the
the
doctor.
Wonderful
She
Life
has that
Doctor
whole,
Who version.
Yes.
She says.
I'm just saying she's plays the utilitarian role of the doctor in this script. Oh, and then this is coming off the Doctor only episode in
the companion light
in the-
last episode was a companion light episode.
Do you know if the production for both of these happened at the same time, or did they?
For Midnight and Turn Left, they were shooting them at the same time. So that's why you only
Except
had
that
Donna.
day
Yeah.
where they were.
Yeah, because you had Donna or Catherine Tate for one day for Midnight, which is why you have her
Right.
at the bookends of that, and then you had David Tennant for one day for Turn
That's
Left for the
very
bookends.
Interesting.
Yeah, they do this so that they can have money for the Christmas specials.
Ah, Christmas.
And I feel like they tried the idea with, well, I guess, Love and Monsters, and then we got Blink, and then we get these two episodes, which are even like more emotionally impactful. I'm like, you're really perfecting this formula of companion and Doctor Light episodes and saving budget. It's amazing. Turn Left. Who is this episode good for? Or more specifically, this episode is good for who? A new viewer, a casual viewer, a fan of the show, or a diehard?
Definitely not for a new Who viewer in my book, because there's way too much history, way too much of what's going on, that you'd be totally lost and go, why would you even want me to watch this as a new? Let's introduce you with this one. Not a good one. I think even a casual, it'd have too much information. There's too much in this episode. So you'd have to be a fan knowing enough and seeing enough to get what's going on. It's also almost like the last season, the beginning of a trilogy towards the end. But it's not really, because it's only that last little bit that they add on where you just see Bad Wolf and know, I've got to watch the next episode. It's a cliffhanger right there. So you want to watch it with the other ones. But the last two you definitely have to watch together.
But it's the same thing with the one before. It was only the last few minutes of Utopia that became a cliffhanger.
Right, and I know we had that discussion back then. Is this part of a trilogy or is it a standalone? And I think for our rating system, it's being a standalone. So I think you definitely need to be a fan to really get the most out of this one.
Yeah, I think a fan, definitely. But I can see someone who's clueless stumbling upon this episode and still enjoying it. Even though, like, with the thought in my, like, I don't know what's going on, but this is interesting. And because it's very obvious it's alluding to other things. And I've stumbled back in the day before streaming, when you'd stumble across a TV show and not know what's going on, you'd be like, I don't know what's going on, but I want to watch more of this show. I'll have to go back. I think this episode is that good that someone who is a new viewer would enjoy the experience of watching it, but not get the impact that it has, and then go back and then watch it again and go, like, wow, this episode now makes a lot more sense. But so yeah, I agree with you, but I still think it's done so well someone new can enjoy it.
Sounded like you wanted to
Fan,
say casual.
no, fan with a footnote.
I
Fan
see where
with
you're
an asterisk.
Yes.
I see your point, and I agree with it on a certain level. But I'm thinking the people I know will go, "That's just way too much. How many seasons already? I don't want to start from the beginning." It's like I like it. It looks like it'd be intriguing.
Well,
but
you could tell them.
Just
Just
this
start with
season.
Donna. Just start with
Right.
Donna. Yeah. But I mean, even still, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying.
But I think
in
I think
general.
there's something going on in this episode that could intrigue
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah.
And there's a section and percentage of that are new that would go, yes, I do want to learn more about this.
I just I'm just saying, even if someone like you're talking about, who's not going to go to, who doesn't care enough, would at least say, well, for that 40 minutes, that was interesting. Don't know what half of it meant, but I guess the show is pretty good.
And some of the people I know would just get fed up and go,
When's 2.5
"Can we
Men
turn?" Because I'm totally lost and I don't like that feeling.
Well, you should stop hanging out with those people, Brian.
I think I will agree with Frank and Josh. It was a strong episode. I'll finish watching it and prep for the final two. But yeah, I don't think that I personally would use it as a introduction to Doctor Who for anybody. But there are some interesting ideas and interesting visuals. Creepy with the bug and creepy with all the reactions from everybody to the bug. So, but I'll go with fan, not new, not casual, but fan.
Yes, and I will also put this episode in the it's good for a fan. because if a casual viewer is not someone who's watching the show with intention of watching all the episodes in chronological order, then and I think this is an episode that you need to watch it in the order of which the writers and producers intended it to be. So I'm gonna say this episode is best for a fan.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to say fan for this as well. I love this episode, but it is such a downer that you need to see it in its proper order to get the full impact of what's going on, rather than just thinking, well, that was depressing, and then not knowing what's happening. So I'm going to say fan.
Did everybody like this episode, though? I mean,
Yes, I did. Mm-hmm. I liked it just as much as Midnight,
Okay.
but for different reasons.
I said it's okay.
so it's not one of your favorite, because I really like it.
It's
I think
not one
Brian.
of my
and
greatest
this-
hits.
Oh, I love it.
If I'm going to watch the two-parter, a lot of times I would watch this to make it a trilogy.
Oh, wow.
Just to rev up
Ooh.
to the finale.
Yeah, it's too clip showy for me still. That I'm like,
And I like that because then it reminds me of everything.
yeah,
'Cause
I
I might
hate
have
clip
forgotten.
shows.
Oh,
Maybe that's why.
I like clip shows. So.
I think they're a cop out, but this is not a cop out episode because they did it in a very different way, and it's not a clip show at all because
Right.
there's no regurgitated footage. Everything's new.
Well, it's basically what would happen if the Doctor died. You know, I bet you that's probably what they put on a Post-it up on the story wall. Like, what if the Doctor died? And then they figured out how that would happen.
For me, I could see myself putting it in every category. Normally, this doesn't happen. So for Die Hard, I want to say you can put it in there because you have to not only watch 3-4 seasons, but you also can watch Sarah Jane Adventures and who's going to do that? And then you're also going to watch Torchwood season 1 and 2. I'm like, that's for a Die Hard. And then for a new viewer, you can introduce this with all the character stuff and who is this guy? Who's the Doctor? All this is revolving around what happened if one person died, and that I think is enough to entice you to go, who's this character? I want to learn more about him and why these people feel the need to bring him back from the dead. But for me, I want people to enjoy this in the way it was intended, like we all said, and I'm going to put it in a fan category. But it was very, very weird how I could place it in every category, and I also like how it's very much like the Star Trek Next Generation episode's Tapestry, and how one little choice unravels everything in the tapestry of your life. See what I did there? But yeah, this is one of my favorite episodes. I consider this the first part in the trilogy of the finale of season 4, and it's just an awesome episode.
Which one was
well, every
Tapestry?
show-
Now I
every
have to
show
ask.
is
Was it?
It's the one with his heart.
Oh, and the
Hugh.
Nausicaans?
No, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hugh gives him a second
oh,
chance.
Yeah,
And he's a lieutenant, not a captain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See? You heard our thoughts on Turn Left. Do you think that this is the beginning of a trilogy, or is this a standalone episode? Let us know. Comment on this episode's posting on Facebook, or you can email us at whoknowpodcast@gmail.com. That wraps up Turn Left. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next time when the future becomes the present.
You've just listened to an episode of Who Knew?
Our wonderful theme music is by Michael Grady.
Find him at Facebook at The Universe Explodes.
All our episodes are engineered by me, Auburn.
Find him at auburnbinkley.com.
You can find this show in several places.
Follow us on Twitter at Who Knew Podcast.
Subscribe, review, and listen to us on iTunes and Stitcher.
Or our YouTube channel, youtube.com/whoknewpodcast.
Visit our Facebook page.
Please leave comments, reviews, and click like to help support Who Knew Podcast.
Also, listen to us on your Amazon Echo by enabling a podcast skill.
All of our episodes are on whoknewpodcast.com.
This podcast is inspired by Doctor Who.
The longest running sci-fi show in history.
And especially the revival spearheaded by Russell T. Davis.
Thanks to Russell.
Sydney Newman,
Very Lambert.
Ron Grainer.
and all those involved in the adventures of our favorite Time Lord.
Your work continues to inspire and entertain.
He wasn't able to degenerate. Next time on Doctor Who, Rose runs up to the
Before we move on, I just want to say, back to the storyline, he did.
What's Rose's last name?
Tyler.
I thought you guys were doing a midnight bit.
No, huh? It's you. Months later.
No,
Oh.
Don goes for a walk.
Oh, it's me. I'm a little slow.
But, what?
No, I thought you were done. so
Oh,
I don't
I
wanna-
was done. I was gonna, because I interrupted my original self. What I was going to say I don't know if you want to put this in or not, but
No.
I will not put that in there.
oh, we're all done. Episode over.